Thank you for staying with us. Now, Namibia has the most talented individuals in the film industry. However, little progress is being made to make this potentially lucrative industry more economic as in other countries. Tonight, we're discussing the economic potential of Namibia's film sector. And joining me in the studio is Byron Joseph, the newly appointed president of the Filmmakers Association of Namibia. Byron, thank you so much for joining us and congratulations, for your appointment. First things first, compared to, let's say, even 5 years, how would you, describe the current status of or state of the local film industry?
Okay, firstly, thanks for having me, and thanks for the congratulations. Ultimately, for me, this is a job. It's not as if the board gets sitting fees at the Film Association. So no, it's more a job of passion, especially because I was involved in the industry for such a long time. If we had to compare the industry to the Nigerian industry at around 2000, look at what we did at the same time. Namibia at that time was ahead of the Nigerian industry. If you look at Mr. Ibu compared to the productions that we did then. What has happened since then, if you look at where Nigeria is today, for instance, in terms of their cultural creative industries, they're far ahead. And I think the main reason was that there wasn't a lot of investment in the industry since independence to start off with. So no, the industry is not in the best position. It can definitely do better. And that's why the new board is here, and we're definitely trying with the community, the film community, and our general stakeholders, the public at large as well. We're trying to make it better.
But what are those aspects that you are looking to improve? Like you highlighted, other countries are way advanced than Namibia is, and there was a lack of investment. What is what is that support that is currently lacking, or what are those initiatives that are currently lacking to promote the industry?
Okay, in short, it's funding. It basically comes down to financial support for the industry. Remember, this is an industry, it's a job for me. I'm one of the few fortunate ones that could have been doing my passion for the last 28, almost 30 years within the industry. But it's tough, I have to admit. And when you're doing these types of work, when you're in the cultural creative industries, it's difficult for people to appreciate the value of what you're doing because it's a subjective experience, if you please. So it's difficult to quantify how much worth is 20 years of camera experience compared to somebody that sells you a bread in one of the supermarkets. But if you look at the commodity that we produce, it's one of the most consumed. People are watching, consuming entertainment every free second that they have. And so I think there we really need to look at the value of what we are doing as opposed to what the people are earning from the industry.
But do you made a very valid point, but the other question would then be that do you think that people will be part of the film industry if they're not earning what they think they deserve?
The reality is, like some of our most talented people, as you mentioned there, they are tellers in grocery stores. They're working in banks, they are drivers, they're mechanics. Even one of our most celebrated producers is a plumber. That's his day job. Because unfortunately, it's very difficult to sustain your family.
And live off from the film industry in Namibia.
Of the film industry. The main reason for that is the support has been few and far between. The local content is a big issue that we need to address. I think if we produce more local content, these people will have more work to help sustain the industry. That's the other aspect of it as well. And obviously just create the framework within government for the funding and the support that I think do exist within our country for that to get to the grassroots members, if you please.
Speaking of government support, how has that been so far in terms of the film industry?
There is government support, and we're very grateful for that. I mean, the very existence of FAN as an association, it's the only recognized body within the country for the industry, and it's not just film. Let's quickly clarify that. It's film, video, and new technologies,
it entails
new media. So your YouTube guys, they're also included in us. Your television producer is also part of us. The lighting people that work in television also work in the film industry. The makeup artists, etc. So it's not a one-dimensional industry. It's actually a very diverse, very fast-growing industry internationally, and the potential for it runs into the trillions of dollars that we can contribute to GDP.
And also, just speaking of the quality that you highlighted, talented. Now, what do you make of the current institutions that we have in the country, you know, to just for aspiring, you know, actors as well, just to promote the whole industry as a whole, and perhaps, you know, just to expand it and get more funding as well?
Okay, so the reality of our industry is that the people involved in the industry are actually very talented. I made that point already, that we could compete with anybody in the world. I'm also one of the fortunate ones, as I've been saying, that can make a living off this industry. And just recently with World Skills Africa, which was a continental event hosted in Namibia, which was produced by the Namibian broadcaster. I was the producer for that. And that was world class. That's the feedback that we got from everybody. We were even invited to China for training and skill sharing, because the people were so impressed with what we delivered. So definitely what Namibia can deliver, what the NBC can deliver, what the industry can deliver is world class. So we don't have to really talk too much about that. So for young people coming into the industry, learning, there's obviously the route that you go through the College of the Arts, which is a very good route, because there you have people with experience. I was there myself, and there are different other people teaching young incumbents into the industry the tricks of the trade. The only problem with that is that, especially for your more experienced guys, they don't necessarily have the paper qualifications for the skills that they deliver. So it has been difficult. But FAN is looking at a guild system in which we would then transfer skills, give people an opportunity to grow within a particular industry, up to the point where you get full recognition for what you can actually do.
With the new board in place, Byron, what are some of the strategic plans that you have in place, you know, just to expand the industry, to help the industry grow, and to ensure that people can actually make a living from this industry? Okay, so earn a living, rather, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, earn a living, make it. Which way? Because I keep on saying this, you guys. You're not here for for experience or for exposure or anything. We're here to make a living. Our kids go to school as well, you know. So to make this industry grow, number one, I want the industry to get together. They need to come together behind the FAN body. We already have good sentiments from government. We just need to leverage those things. And I think with the current board, we have the right people in place to do that. So going forward, yes, definitely there will be a lot of activity from the board side. But more importantly, we're doing a membership drive, and we need more and more people in the industry to be involved, to get their voices heard, so that we can dictate the narrative ultimately at the end of the day.
What do you make of the numbers of those who actually want to partake in this industry? Are people really eager? Is it something that, like, you know what, I want to be part of Namibia's film industry or content creating industry?
Okay, so one thing I do know is that nothing beats local content. Not even the best Hollywood production. If we have something good locally, our local people will consume it much faster, much more eagerly than any foreign type of content. And also think of what we have to offer you. Where in the world can you get a Himba woman standing next to a bushman, eating kapana somewhere?
And only we can tell our own stories.
Only we can tell our own stories, and that is priceless. But we need to create the opportunities for these people to tell the stories. I think since the press release, which was yesterday, I think the numbers on the FAN group went up by 200%. And those people who want to be actors, we're engaging them. And also there's a lot of like technical trades within the industry. It's a very technical type of industry. So you have your gaffers, you have your makeup artists, and those types of people who are also getting behind FAN and joining.
And you guys are also engaging the rural communities as well, and going, you know, traveling across the countries and, you know, giving these people opportunities.
Yes, absolutely. That's been one of the bigger complaints about FAN in the past, is that it didn't reach out enough to the regional participants within the industry. It's something that we're working on. We've already got people on the groups, they're conversating, we're already making the plans to go out to the regions, and really just to, number one, build up the membership base, because it's a membership organization, but also number two, to get the message across of what we want to do and how we will do it. For the industry.
For the long run, Well, Byron, thank you so much for joining us this evening and for this discussion, and all the best moving forward.
Right, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
All right. Well, there was Byron Joseph, the newly appointed president of the Filmmakers Association of Namibia, discussing progress made in the local film industry and whether the industry has the economic potential.